looks like there's a lot of hope that is being put now into this idea that you're going to crack down on passwords and suddenly all these people who've been glomming on to my paid account are going to go and start their own accounts. What do you think, Gene?
Well, I think password crackdown is undoubtedly an exciting topic for a story that hasn't had a growth vector to it for the last couple of years. And so it's understandable that analysts and investors are looking closely at what this could ultimately mean. And I just want to quickly put some perspective around it. Is there's the number of people that are glomming on, as you mentioned, it's about 92 million. It's about 40% estimated by Netflix of the 230 million paid sub base. About 40% of those have free accounts that are glomming onto it. And if you, most analysts expect that the crackdown will yield about a 10% revenue increase over the next 1 to 2 years, which is good. If you take the best case scenario, which I believe that if the best case, they get 40% of those 92 million to start to pay up, that would add just over 15% to revenue. All of that is good. The problem is that's a one-time bump. Essentially, that's a 6-quarter bump. And soon, as investors always look 6-12 months out, they're going to be talking about more difficult comps because of these the password crackdowns, and asking the question again, what is the true growth of this company? So understand that investors are excited. I don't think this is a reason to own the stock. Keep in mind, the first time that they mentioned this password crackdown was back in September. The stock's up 60% since then. NASDAQ's up 18%. A lot of this is priced in.
The change in revenue, I see what you're saying. The change in revenue would be a one-time bump. The delta is a one-time bump. But wouldn't you expect that many, if not most, of those people who then open their own separate accounts would continue on? And so you get not only a one-time bump, but you get ongoing higher revenue as a result of this.
You get the revenue steps up to a higher base.
Right.
To get the revenue to increase, they would have to either add subs or increase the pricing. So they could increase the pricing. So tech is about growth, and ultimately the growth is probably going to have to come from continued price increasing, which begs the question of what's the real value here. And just quickly, I mean, the competitive landscape's changed over the past few years. We know all about it. Just look at the. So I think that there's it's going to be tougher for them to grow outside of this password opportunity.